We're going to start with Davide here on the left.
Hi, Andrew. Davide Chinellato with the Gazzetta from Italy. Hi. What does it feel to be a champion, to be in the locker room, celebrating with your teammates, champagne and all that stuff? What it feels like?
Man, it feels good. It feels amazing. You put in so much work, so much time to make it here, and the end result is becoming a champion. So there's nothing like it. So now I'm going to celebrate like crazy.
Question in the back.
Hi, Andrew. Leandro Sarran from ESPN Brazil. I just want to know how much you credit those veterans for all the changes you've made in your game this season and how well you played all throughout the playoffs.
They challenged me. Draymond, Clay, Steph, Andre, all the vets, they challenge me every day. Every time I step on the court, they challenge me, and that's motivational. Those are future Hall of Famers. So whenever they tell me to do something or challenges, I just want to get it done, and prove to them and earn their respect. So it's been good.
Maddie on the right.
Andrew, you said that you wanted your daughter to be able to call her dad an NBA champion one day. What does it mean for you to be in this moment, especially with everything that you've just overcome throughout your career?
Man, it's amazing. Just to have, my family here to experience all this stuff with me, it's been great. My daughter she's not going to remember this. She's only 3. But these are memories for a lifetime. I'm so thankful for that.
Question in the middle.
Daniel Belbia. So there's been a lot of negative stuff that has been said about you over your career, but you just won an NBA championship. Clay said you made his job easier. Some of the best basketball you played in your career. So what does it feel like to prove all those people wrong?
Man, it's a feeling I can't describe. Every day that stuff is motivating. It's put fire in my eyes, and I just wanted to prove everyone wrong. And now I'm a world champion. Everyone's gonna have something to say regardless. But whatever they say, they gotta say I'm a world champion too.
Shane on the right.
Andrew, Shane with Forward Sports. Through all the ups and downs in your career, you finally get to this team and you're on the mountaintop now. What has Coach Kerr meant for you personally throughout this run?
Man, you're talking about one of the greatest coaches of all time. The way he challenges his players but supports them is, it's amazing. He gives his players confidence. He puts his players in position to succeed. So I'm definitely thankful for Steve Kerr.
Any other questions for Andrew? Thank you.
Chips. Like, God is great, the ability to be on the stage and play with amazing teammates against a great Boston Celtics team that, gave us everything to try to get to the finish line. This one hits different for sure, just knowing what the last 3 years have meant, what it's been like from injuries to, changing of the guard and the rosters, Wiggs coming through, our young guys carrying the belief that we could get back to the stage and win, even if it didn't make sense to anybody when we said it. All that stuff matters, and now we got 4 championships. Me, Dre, Clay, and Andre. Finally got that bad boy. It's special, man, special. Just all the work that went into it, all the faith and belief, and everybody in that locker room that's, getting to spray champagne around the locker room. Everybody mattered in that process, so I'm just proud of everybody.
Kendra, back right.
Kendra Andrews, ESPN. Stefan, I think there was like 2 seconds left on the clock. You sat down on the baseline, head in your hands. I'm assuming maybe you were feeling and thinking a lot of things you just explained, but what was going through your head in that moment in particular?
These last 2 months of the playoffs, these last 3 years, these last 48 hours, every bit of it has been a emotional roller coaster on and off the floor, and you're carrying all of that on a daily basis to try to realize a dream and a goal like we did tonight. And you get goosebumps just thinking about, all those snapshots and episodes that we went through to get back here, individually, collectively. And that's why I say I think this championship hits different. That's why I had so many emotions and still will, just because of what it took to get back here. And the fact that when we started this season, a lot of conversations about who we were as a team and what we were capable of, and clearly remember some experts and talking heads putting up the big zero of how many championships we would have going forward because of everything that we went through. So we hear all of that, and you carry it all and try to maintain your purpose, not let it distract you, but you carry that weight. To get here, it all comes out. So it's special.
Vince on the left.
Steph, Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. Along those same lines, a couple seconds left, you hug your dad. You kind of just disappear off the floor.
I
You
blacked
look like
out for a second.
You look like you were in tears. You hugged them. How comfortable are you with those, like you said, letting those emotions out in that way? Was it, I won't say overwhelming, but what was the emotions like?
It was definitely overwhelming. It was surreal just because you know how much you went through, to get back to the stage. And nobody, unless you've been on that floor, you just grinded day in, day out. I was kind of talking about, just me personally, my workouts from the off season last year when we lost in the play-in tournament. It's been a year and 6 days that I started the process of getting ready for this season. And it all paid off. Didn't know how it was going to happen. Didn't know what the environment's going to be like. You imagine what the emotions are going to be like, but it hits different. So, out there on the floor, I mean, I didn't even know he was down there, to be honest with you. I saw him, and I just lost it. And I know that, the clock was kind of running out, but just wanted to take in the moment because it was that special.
David on the left.
Steph, Dave Aldridge with the athletic behind left of the trophy.
That is amazing.
One of the great traits of all championship teams is talent, of course, in coaching, but it also is stubbornness, just being stubborn. And can you describe the level of stubbornness that your core group has had the last 3 years, from Clay coming back from the injuries to Joe spending whatever it takes, to you continuing to revamp and challenge yourself to be still great, and Draymond kind of reinventing himself too?
I like that word because kind of what I was talking about, the narratives that you hear going into this season, especially, and coming off the 2 years prior where we literally had the worst record in the league. We had a lot of injuries, and then, scratching and clawing, trying to get through the play-in tournament to just get a playoff berth. We definitely had that mentality, that our belief and faith in what we can do, and we kept saying it all year, our championship DNA and the leadership of myself, Draymond, Andre, Loon, Clay, Draymond, all that stuff matters.